I was looking at the patch notes again and trying to figure out which specs have more interesting changes to try out after the new balance patch drops on the 28th. I'm not sure if I'm the only one having this issue, but this is always happening after a balance update. And if you have the same issue as me, let's try to figure this one out taking in consideration the most recent content drop. Okay, let's start with the main points that the class should cover. The first point would be to have at least one support role available, either quickness or alacrity. If it has both, then it's a bonus. This will make finding groups a lot easier instead of just waiting for a group that needs DPS. I know I can make my own squad, but sometimes I'm lazy and I would rather play support. Then it should be fun. Guardian, for example, specifically Firebrand, doesn't feel that fluid to play and it really takes out the fun for me. It also had the mantra changes too, which made a lot of people move away from it. It should also have a good balance between survivability and damage in open world, as I noticed that I like to do more open world activities after completing the weekly strikes. I'm not looking to solo bosses, but I shouldn't be paper in meta events. And the final point are the upcoming changes to the class or spec. This is what I usually look at when some new content drops and I want to give a chance to another class. For the launch of Secrets of the Obscure, it was Revenant, which is still fun and will be even better with the changes to heal Herald, but I want to try something else too until the new weapons update comes. Let's go through the candidates. First one, in no particular order, is Warrior. With the changes to Berserker and already nice alacrity support build and decent DPS, I think having all three support types and actually being playable will be a nice experience in group content. As for open world, it has heavy armor, a lot of HP and good defensive skills, which removes the need to take defensive stats on equipment. The second candidate is Ranger, which looks very interesting after all the changes to pets. It already has all support builds available, even heal quickness, which I think it will become meta once we have maces added. But until then, it still works as a quickness DPS without any problems. The survivability is great in open world, especially if you take Untamed, which has the elite that reduces the damage, and you have the modifiers when the pet is unleashed. You also have some healing with the ambush skills. Honestly, Ranger is a very stable class with lots of options. The third candidate is Mesmer. I haven't played this one in a while and I miss the crazy range DPS a bit and a very good survivability as a light armor class. There is also a big rework to it, which might make heal chrono viable. It already has both alacrity and quickness support and you can play it as power or condi, so it's even more interesting. And the last candidate is Engineer, which was always one of my favorites, but after the changes to Scrapper and Mech, it started to fade into obscurity. I tried playing it again a few times, but the mech babysitting and lower DPS numbers did not help. But this is about to change as we will get some slight buffs, and that stupid mechanical genius will be a tiny bit more forgiving and the heal Scrapper will make a return with some improvements. The survivability in open world was really good, especially on mech, as it can take aggro away from you and does very good damage. All of these are very good choices, but the one that took the main spot for me is Mesmer, but not by much. It was really hard to decide between it and Engineer, but the reworks to Mirage and the changes to Chrono made it really interesting to try out, and hopefully if I like it, I will stay with it until the next patch when we get the new weapons. If not, I will go through the main candidates again, maybe some builds will be even more interesting like Spectre was this patch, and I played it quite a lot, but until then Mesmer will be my main. What about you? Will you play your main or look for another class to try out? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, please click the like and subscribe buttons.